Hi everyone, this is Mrs. McCoolin, and with this video I hope we are able to identify multiplication patterns for positive and negative numbers. When you first learned how to multiply whole numbers, your teacher in elementary school may have showed you that when you multiplied 5 times 3, that's the same thing as adding 5 groups of 3. One, 2, 3, 4, which would give you 15. Another example, when you multiply 5 times 2, you could think of that as 5 groups of 2. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, which would give you, if we continue this pattern, 5 times 1 is simply 5 ones added together, give you 5. And then if we want to go one step further, 5 times 0, just like 5 little zeros added together, which ultimately gives you the sum of 0. If we were to continue this pattern now into the negative numbers, we could think of 5 times negative 1 as simply 5 negative 1s added together, which would be negative 5. 5 times negative 2, we think of this as repeated addition. We have negative 10. 5 times negative 3, give us negative 15. And then obviously 5 times negative 4 ultimately give us negative 20. What algorithm did we just discover? Well, with all of these, for examples, we're multiplying a positive value times a negative value, and in each case, our product is a negative 1. So if we continue that algorithm of a positive times a negative, 3 times negative 4 would be negative 12. 2 times negative 4 would be negative 8. 1 times negative 4 will give us negative 4, and 0 times negative 4 would give us 0. If we were to look closer at this pattern, we could see that each time we are decreasing the first number by 1. And when we do that, our product increases by 4. So in the next box, if we go from 0 to negative 1, negative 1 times negative 4, if we continue to increase by 4, 0 plus 4 would be 4. Negative 2 times negative 4 should be 8. Negative 3 times negative 4, that's positive 12 because we're continuing to increase by 4. And then finally, negative 4 times negative 4 would be 16. Once again, we are increasing by 4 as our first value decreases by 1. So now we notice in this second red box, if we multiply a negative number times another negative number, our product is a positive 1. I like to think of this as if the two signs match, it's a positive. Okay, if your socks match or if your sneakers match, it's a positive thing. But let's say that you put on 2 different pairs of shoes, well, that's not going to really be a good thing to wear all day. So that would be like a negative outcome. So when the signs match, it's a positive thing. And when the signs do not match, it could be considered a negative product. Here's a funny way that I like to think about it. If someone likes you, think about liking as a positive, and you like that person. Wow, isn't love grand? Then in the second scenario, if someone likes you, they have positive feelings for you, but you don't really like that person too much, so you might have negative feelings to them. Well, that's no fun. Your feelings don't match, that's a negative product, negative outcome. If someone doesn't like you, they have negative feelings, but you really like that person, well, that really stinks. I hope you're never in that kind of situation. That provides a negative outcome. And then finally, if a person doesn't like you and you really don't care for that person either, oh, that's no big deal. It's a positive outcome. I don't like you, you don't like me, no big deal. So that's about it for tonight. Hopefully this will help you to remember the 4 different algorithms for multiplying positive and negative numbers.